We got the Braves.
Yeah, who would have thunk? Atlanta Braves win the World Series. This is their first World Series victory in 16 playoff appearances. That is a record. I'm not sure if you saw that, but yeah, they've been in the
I
playoffs a
did.
lot and have not won the World Series since 1995.
There were
But
there were all kinds of interesting little statistics and
oh
facts
yeah.
that came out of that last game.
Oh, the last game. Okay. I didn't
Yeah.
watch a whole lot of the game. It was kind of a blowout before I even started to pay attention, and then there were other things going on that did not capture my attention. I was kind of hoping for a game 7 though, just to get that little extra baseball. As tonight, Wednesday night, November 3rd, is the first night without baseball in quite some time. So we're gonna record a fucking podcast instead. But
Yeah.
yeah, so the big stat I heard, and maybe this was on your list, but the Braves out homered the Astros 11-2 in the series, and that is the largest margin of home run leads in ever. It ties it with like a 1956 Yankees or something. But I think that kind of is the stat that kind of sums up the series in a nutshell. It just,
Yeah.
I mean, the Braves just pummeled them to death, including Jorge Soler, former Cub, who's now the MVP of the World Series. Yeah, so there's our
and
little Cubs connection.
and there's another Cubs connection. He is the only farm system Cub player to ever hit a go-ahead home run in a World Series.
That is a very specific stat.
That they did pull out because it's baseball.
Yeah, they can get deep into that.
They can get deep. They get really deep. So he's the only like genuine talent out of the organization that's ever hit a go-ahead home run in the World Series.
Well, congratulations to Jorge.
Which is amazing, not because the Cubs or the Sox, like to hear that stat, neither one of them have had that many World Series appearances, but from trades and players going on to play for other organizations, you thought for sure, especially the Cubs are how many? They're like one of the oldest baseball teams, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so like you would have thought, but yeah, that was weird. And then of course the Astros have the dubious honor of being also in 2005 they were the last team to be shut out at home
In a final game.
in a clinching game. They hold the last two now.
Brutal.
Isn't that great? I
didn't even
love
think
it.
about that.
I fucking love it. 1-0
Wow.
in that final one in 05.
So I guess this, a loss for the Astros is a victory for truth, justice, and the American way. Although, I mean, there's no one outside of Texas rooting for the Astros. But I mean, how many people are really rooting for the Braves? Just, I guess they were as default over the
I mean,
Astros. But
I didn't like. I kind of was like cool with the Braves are kind of like an interesting story. There's like they were the only team ever to have a losing record at the All-Star break or something, and win the World Series.
I saw they had a .03 chance to win the World Series back in like mid-July.
Yeah,
which was
I
don't know how they calculate those things anyway, but it's a record.
Yeah, that's a record. I'm trying to think of, I don't know. It wasn't as entertaining though as I thought it might be because the Braves outside of like one game really just handled the series.
Yeah.
There was the one real lopsided game and you thought they were going to be trading lopsided victories back and forth. But I mean, I think the big question is something that's haunted Dusty and is his terrible managing of pitchers. And you got to go all the way back to the ALDS and question, you're going back home for game 5. If you don't clinch in Chicago, it's not that big of a deal because you'd have McKellar's a normal rest. In fact, probably an extra day rest because you had the day off in between. Well, no, not even. Well, he'd be on normal
rest.
Yeah, normal rest. Instead, he goes for the kill, pitches him early, and he ends up injuring his arm.
Yeah.
Now, this is all speculation because we don't know. He could have injured his arm in game 5, but I can't help but speculate
Well,
is
the
everything completely different from the Astros because he is such a shutdown pitcher and their only true shutdown pitcher.
a long trail of mutilated pitcher arms follows Dusty Baker throughout his
Yes.
career. So that
Yes.
while there might not be direct evidence to the McCullers situation, I mean, you have to speculate with the mountain of evidence, the mountain of arms stacked up around Dusty Baker, who fails yet again to take advantage of his chance to win a World Series. But now the whole topic du jour today was that Dusty's going to get into the Hall of Fame after losing the World Series again, which I thought was an odd time to be bringing that up. But they're probably right. just making the World Series this many times, and although he's failed every time and over a long span, I just thought it was strange that would be the topic today. But whatever.